Good afternoon, Communications 115. My name is Autumn Kay, and I am here today to give you our final speech, and it is our call to action speech. This is my audience here to witness my final speech. Can I get everybody? Yay! I have also created a PowerPoint for visuals that will be on the discussion board in reference to my call to action speech. Please stop killing infants and children with secondhand smoke. Do the English care more about their children than Americans? Why is it that in England, October 1st, 2010, it became illegal for parents to smoke in vehicles with children? Although it is not illegal in America and only looked down on, it seems illogical that Americans wouldn't make this illegal. Secondhand smoke is also known as tobacco smoke and comes from the tips of cigarettes, cigars, and pipes. There are more than 4,000 chemicals in these smoke devices and 50 cancerous or carcinogens that can lead both children and infants to getting cancer or illnesses when they are subjected to secondhand smoke. The problem is parents who are not selfish or do not contain enough selflessness enough to stop, or they're addicted to this nicotine, continue to smoke in cars with children. They are not cognizant of the issues that breathing in nicotine or tobacco does to a child. Secondhand smoke will hurt a developing child or infant as their organs are just starting to develop. There is no ventilation in a car, and the child is exposed to a lot of secondhand smoke. According to healthychildren.org, if you smoke or are in the vicinity of a smoker, you may or may not get ill. It can lead pregnant women to susceptible miscarriages, a baby with lower birth weight, sudden infant death syndrome, and a child who may have issues with attention span or attention deficit disorder. The health risks go up the longer a pregnant woman smokes or is exposed to smoke. Quitting anytime during pregnancy helps. Of course, the sooner the better. All pregnant women should stay away from secondhand smoke and ask smokers not to smoke around them. There are multiple solutions to the detriment of a child's lungs in relation to being in the vicinity of secondhand smoke. For both the parents and the child, it is important that the parent not smoke in the car with children. If a parent is that addicted to tobacco and nicotine and cannot quit, indeed there is still some hope, as they can smoke outside and away from the child, in a vicinity away from the child. This does not mean that it is appropriate to roll down the windows while you're in your car and smoke. Still not okay. The child is still subjected to secondhand smoke. But since a car is not ventilated correctly, it still hurts them even if the windows are rolled down, pretty much. It would be best if parents scheduled appointments prior or after to transporting or driving their children around to smoke. Again, away from the child. Don't go outside next to a baby carriage and have a cigarette. Realistically, it should be separate from the child, where the child isn't breathing in or inhaling or exhaling using their respiratory system and breathing in those carcinogens. The Center for Disease and Control, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, American Academy of Pediatrics Task Force on Sudden Death in Infant Syndrome reported in 2016 that secondhand smoke causes numerous health problems in children. These health problems are more severe and frequent and cause respiratory issues, ear infections, and sudden infant death syndrome. Smoking during pregnancies results in more than 1,000 infant deaths annually. Secondhand smoke in adults can include coronary issues, heart disease, and stroke. If parents choose to subside from smoking, not only will that increase the likelihood of being healthy for the parent and the child, but it can save money. A parent smoking in their vehicle can tragically attribute to a death of a child. Visualize a world where there is no smoke and there are less automobile accidents because the parent is paying attention to the road and the child and the family as opposed to their cigarette. Smoking in a car not only causes the air to be polluted, but it causes visual aspects to be obstructed, which can also lead to car accidents. It also is a multitask function, so it takes your focus away from the road and your hand is on that cigarette. Plus, then if you reach over to touch your kid, you have that tobacco and nicotine residue on you as well. Having the driver's ability to see and breathe properly and appropriately during driving is crucial. If they can't see, it makes objects harder to be seen, and again, there's more potential for accidents. Realistically, does anybody like being in a car next to a smoker? No. Or sitting next to a smoker while they're eating? No. It's gross. It makes your food taste gross. Put yourself in a child's shoes. The child has no control. They're children. Empathize how you would feel with having your parent drive you to school every day, smoking. You get out of your car, go to your class, and you reek of cigarette smoke, and you have to spend the whole day in that fashion. You're 8 years old. You don't know any better. You get picked on. You feel gross. Kids don't have the control. So as adults, have the control to not smoke with your children in the car. Society can help me and children and little infants and babies make the environment safer and healthier for these defenseless children who don't have control or a choice by not smoking in their vehicles. Help save children, help save organs, keep children away from the toxins of smoking. Plus it stinks and it's gross and it pollutes. And the rest of society help keep a cleaner, safer place for tomorrow's generation. Please do not be selfish, parent or guardian, and recognize the needs of children. These opportunities and their life is in your hands and within their reach. Subjecting children to chemicals is not okay. Thank you so much for your time and your patience.